Hi, this is Miss Townsend. Welcome to Math with Townsend. We're looking at the Grade 9 Academic Analytic Geometry Summative. This is question 11. So the question says, two lines are perpendicular. One has an x-intercept at -2, 0, and the other has an x-intercept at 8, 0. We're also told that these lines intersect at the point 0, B. Find B. So B is obviously some unknown number. It could be 6 or 12 or 180, and we have to try to figure out what B is. So let's look again at the information. We have two lines. So line 1 and line 2. We know that line 1 and line 2 are perpendicular, and that means that we can talk about their slopes. We know that the slopes have a product of -1. So because they're perpendicular, we know that their slopes have a product of -1. What else do we know about them? Well, we know that line 1 goes through this point, and line 2 goes through this point. Anything else? Yep. We also know that this point here is on both of these lines. So line 1 goes through this point, and it goes through this point. Line 2 goes through 8, 0, and it goes through this point. So look what I have. For line 1, we have 2 points. For line 2, we have 2 points. And we want to talk about slope. So I can find the equation of any line as long as I have 2 points. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to find the equation of line 1 and the equation of line 2 and see what we can do with that information. So again, we have line 1 passing through the points -2, 0 and the point 0, B. So let's find the slope using the slope formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it ends up being b over 2. Now I have the y-intercept. This point here with x equal to 0 is the y-intercept. So I already know the equation of that line is this. So this is the equation of line 1 right here. So now we're going to do the same thing for line 2. So this time we know that line 2 passes through the point 8, 0 and also through the point 0, B. So we can find the slope using the slope formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 gives us b over -8. You never leave a negative in the denominator, so it's -b over 8. And again, this point here is the y-intercept. So that means the equation is y equals -b over 8 plus p. So there's the second line. So let's go back and see what we're trying to do. It says these two lines are perpendicular. So there's my two lines. And I can look at the slope of each line. There's the slope of line 1. There's the slope of line 2. So let's see. So we have slope of line 1 is b over 2. Oops. And the slope of line 2 is -b over 8. And if they're perpendicular, then their product should be -1. So let's look what happens. So we have found the slope of both lines. One was b over 2, and the other was -b over 8. And then we know that they're perpendicular, so they must multiply together to give -1. So this is now an equation where I'm going to try to solve for that unknown called b. So let's do that math. So -b squared, equals 16. Multiply everything by 16. So -b squared equals -16. B squared equals 16. So b equals 4. And hopefully you've seen my other video where you should actually get 4 or negative 4 here as a value for B. So let's go back to the original question. Two lines are perpendicular, yep. And we found the equations of both of them. We made them perpendicular, and that let us find B. And we found that B was 4 and B was negative 4. So hopefully you can get both solutions and be done with it. All done. Hmm. My happy face is broken. All done.